Well, you know, it's not often that we leave Columbus, Ohio, but we felt it was time to travel over to Indiana and look at one of our cities that's to the west, Indianapolis. And boy, I'll tell you, what a great surprise for us. We found so many fun things to see and do right here at the NCAA Hall of Champions. It's a great day just to come over and see this alone. Aside from some of the other things we found, the Children's Museum, Discoveries, the Event Center, just a lot of things that are going on, some great food and great accommodations right here in Indianapolis. Grab a cup of coffee, stay with us. You don't want to miss 1 minute of today's show as we visit Indianapolis, Indiana. Ready to howl? Howl at the Moon is part bar and part concert and creates a non-stop party with live music performed in a high-energy setting. Get on the dance floor and join their talented musicians in rocking out to your favorite songs while trying their signature 86-ounce buckets of booze. John Kaufman told us about what you can expect when you stop by and howl at the Moon.
Well, Howl at the Moon is a live-action music venue. Basically, when you walk through the door, the first thing you're going to see is 2 pianos, about 6 musicians, a massive bar, and a whole lot of people dancing and having fun. Basically, they can play anything from country, rock, hip-hop, R&B, pop, you name it. Whatever you want to hear, they'll actually play. They take requests. We specialize in a lot of bachelorette parties, birthday parties, bachelor parties, whatever you're celebrating, even divorce parties. They come in, get on stage, have a good time. Might even get called down to the stage and singled out on the stage. Thursday nights is our big night. It's college night. We have $1 any domestic bottle or draft. $3 Wells, $5 Fireball. We've got signature drinks. We've got 24-ounce yard glass drinks. And we've got an 86-ounce bucket of booze. We're right downtown on Georgia Street, directly right next door to Bankers Life Fieldhouse. And about 2 blocks from Lucas Oil Stadium. And we've got about 20 hotels within walking distance. Yeah, we have a very limited menu for right now. We are in the process of potentially remodeling our kitchen. Right now you can get several different sandwiches, a wide variety of pizzas, some snacks, chips, nachos, stuff like that. Yeah, we can accommodate corporate events, holiday parties up to 450 people. Well, we're on Facebook. You can get us at howlatthemoon.com. We're on Instagram at #MoonMe. You can also call us 317-955-0300. And on our website, you can actually book a table reservation or a jump the line package. You're going to go to howlatthemoon.com and then click on Indianapolis.
Well, when you hear the name A.J. Foyt, you certainly think of automobile racing, especially at the Indianapolis 500. But you know what? There's a new venture for the Foyt family called Foyt Wine Vault. If you want to taste some really fantastic wine and hear that story, watch this next segment. You know, the name, obviously, A.J. Foyt, synonymous with racing, well-known name. How do you get from that to a wine vault?
Well, it all started with me and my cousin Larry Foyt. Both of us kind of got out of racing at the same time, and 2008 is when we actually started the Foyt family wines, and we both had a lot of interest in wine, so we went out to Sonoma, California. We found a winemaker in Tom Meadowcroft, and just kind of been building from there, and it lands us here on in Main Street on Speedway with a wine room, so we're excited about it.
What do you offer your customer? What kind of wines or things like that are you doing?
Right now we have 10 different wines, reds, whites, sweets, dries. We just try to have a variety of wine, and as we grow, we're trying to have more and more. We offer here at the Wine Vault all those wines, of course. We offer meat and cheese plates, gourmet grilled cheeses, and we just try to, you can only live by the name for so long. We don't want to be known as I guess like a famous wine brand. We want to be known as having good wine and very drinkable wine, and wine that you want to share with your friends and take home and have for dinners. We don't want to have something you just go home and put it on the shelf, with a signature on it. We want you to go home and pop the cork and drink it.
This place is beautiful. And how long have you had this now?
We're going on 3 months being here here on Main Street. And no, we do all of our grapes and everything out in Sonoma and Sebastopol, California. So all of our wines are California wines, and we have a full-time partner out there that helps us kind of control on what we're doing with Chris Perry, and it's been a lot of help. And this is kind of our next step, is having our tasting room here and really presenting our wines out there and trying to, we got a lot of fans, Foyt racing fans. Now we want some Foyt wine fans.
On this next stop, we'll show you how the entire family can have fun at the Children's Museum of Indianapolis. Leslie Olson told us about all the fun you can have while visiting their exhibits at the museum. So Leslie, what makes the Children's Museum of Indianapolis the biggest and best in the world?
Well, the easy part is that when you come here and visit, you will see that we are absolutely stunning and the best. We are the biggest by square footage. We have almost 500,000 square feet, 5 full floors of exhibits, certainly the largest children's museum in the world. And I will humbly say that we win all sorts of accolades from all sorts of places as being one of the most interactive, intergenerational children's museums in the world. What
are your temporary exhibits and your permanent exhibits, and how often do they change?
We have 11 permanent exhibits. You're standing in our Dinosphere, which is one of the most spectacular exhibits you will see. We have 5 full floors of exhibits that are permanent. Throughout the year, though, we have 3 to 5 temporary exhibits that come in, a lot of pop culture, a lot of things around holidays such as winter break and fall break, things like that. We have a lot of members, so we want to keep it always changing, always interesting, so we're always bringing new things in.
What keeps adults as fascinated with the museum as children?
We like to make this as intergenerational as possible. Lots of grandparents bring their children. Of course, parents bring their children. And we don't want this to be considered just kind of a playground for kids where the parents sit on the sidelines and just watch the kids play. We want this to be an educational opportunity where families can create memories and engage and interact with one another. So all of our exhibits have something for every age. Toddlers, teenagers, adults, and everybody can learn from all of these different opportunities. So we make that a priority for this exhibit.
Well, how can we find out more information?
Well, you can always go to our website, which is childrensmuseum.org, and browse through it. You'll find something about all of our temporary exhibits as well as all of our permanent exhibits, and you will find a path as to ways to visit the museum and all kinds of directions.
Luxurious modern accommodations, a dining experience that's second to none, and top-rated customer service can all be found here at Indianapolis Marriott East. We learned more about the hotel's major renovation and how you can book a stay from Chris Rutledge. So Chris, this is actually one of the original Marriotts, is that correct?
That is correct. This hotel was built in 1974, the 13th Marriott in the brand, and over time the owners invested $30 million so to get the property up to date.
Why this hotel? What makes this so special?
This hotel is special in the Midwest for proximity to downtown and other popular places for people to visit. And one of the positives for the hotel is the complimentary parking for people that are traveling with their families.
Right off the freeway and really close to Columbus. I mean, it really didn't take us very long to get here. And it's in a great location. Let's talk about some of the other amenities that we can find here.
Absolutely. So along with the complimentary parking, we're minutes away from many of the downtown venues. Along with for businesses, we are a 75,000 square foot event space. So can handle from large conferences to small intimate weddings.
The restaurant, let's talk about that because the food is really good. I was really surprised. It's not like an average hotel restaurant.
Absolutely. So it's one of my favorite parts about this hotel is we've invested heavily in our culinary staff. Over my years of working in the hotel industry from coast to coast, I would say this is the top. Our executive chef is one of the tops in the nation.
You were actually voted number 7 in customer service. Is that correct?
That is. So out of 184 hotels in Indianapolis. Currently, we're number 7 in TripAdvisor based on our customer feedback.
So tell us how we can find out more about booking a room here at Indianapolis Marriott East.
Feel free to call the hotel at 317-352-1231, or you can find us online at indianapolismarriotteast.com.
Visit our Facebook page to find out how you can win a 2-night stay at the Indianapolis Marriott East and a pair of tickets to the NCAA Hall of Champions. That's facebook.com/OutandAboutColumbus.
Well, you know what this jacket is? Well, it came from that school that has the scarlet and gray. You might have heard it at Ohio State University. We are at the NCAA Hall of Champions, learning that Ohio State has a few awards or a few exhibits in this hall. We had an opportunity to talk to Kelly Dodds and learn more about the NCAA Hall of Champions. Well, Kelly, thanks so much for having Out and About Columbus to the NCAA Hall of Champions. This is a phenomenal place when you walk in. It's just breathtaking. Tell us a little bit about this.
Sure. The NCAA Hall of Champions is an attraction where visitors can come and learn a little bit about the NCAA, their student athletes, our championships, and college sports in general. But I think the important thing to remember is that people that think, oh, I don't like college sports, that wouldn't be a place for me, there is something for everyone. We find people coming in all the time that are kind of tagging along with a sports fan, and they really enjoy themselves. It's interactive. There's lots of things to do and see, lots of things to learn. There's an academic focus that people don't realize that we have here. Teachers and coaches, they love to bring groups here just to kind of point out, because we really stress to young people in particular that if you're going to play sports, you've got to make the grade as well, and that's important as well. And this room in general kind of tells that story of the importance of academics and sports.
What do you think is the most popular display here or exhibit that people come and look at?
The most popular is our second floor, which is what we call play. And we have a half-court gymnasium up there. That's definitely one of our most popular places where visitors go. We also have 2 simulators where you can throw a football, you can throw a baseball, you can kick a soccer goal. A lot of fun up there. You can test your vertical leap. That's really fun. That's another popular display. We have a ski simulator, so you can kind of get the feel of going downhill skiing. There's so much to do up there, and it's great down here on the first floor. People love the trivia, and we have actually 24 sports now. We just added beach volleyball as an NCAA sport. But the trivia, see all the champions, but as soon as they're done kind of looking at all of the sports, they go upstairs and they have a good time.
Give us contact information, how we can find the NCAA Hall of Champions.
Our website is ncaaHallofChampions.org. You can also call us at 317-916-4255.
Well, whether you're a drummer or not, the Rhythm Discovery Center in downtown Indianapolis is a place to come to learn more about music and find your rhythm. Jeff told me more about the museum and how you can get your hands on over 150 instruments. So Jeff, tell me about the Rhythm Discovery Center. What makes it so different and unique?
Well, the Rhythm Discovery Center is an area that you can come to and drum and feel open to drum and explore music, get excited about playing on things. It's the one place where you can come to and not be told not to hit things. So it's really great for families, musicians, non-musicians. It's just very welcoming and open, and you can come here and spend as much time as you want, as little time as you want, just exploring.
Can anybody do this, or do you have to be a drummer or a musician?
You don't have to be a drummer or musician. You can just come here and kind of explore your inner drummer, or find it. And we have a thing here called Find Your Rhythm. And it's where we just want you to come in and start hitting on things and discover what you feel from that. And so you don't have to be a musician or drummer, although when we have a lot of those visitors that come in and have a great time here. But it's open to anybody and any age group, from little kids to adults. It's open to everybody, but you don't have to be a musician or a drummer.
How many instruments can you actually get your hands on and play?
We have about 150 to 200 hands-on exhibit instruments that you can get your hands on and play, and those are from all over the world, different types of instruments, everything from shakers to drum sets and everything in between. So there's plenty to do.
Well, tell us where you're located.
Sure, we're right in the heart of downtown Indianapolis, right underneath the Arts Garden on the corner of Illinois and Washington Street. And we're underneath Panera Bread, which makes it easy, everyone knows that. And we're right below there at 110 West Washington Street.
And do you have a website?
We do. It's the rhythmdiscoverycenter.org.
Well, Jeff, thank you for having us out.
Thank you.
Fabulous place.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Conrad Indianapolis is a total destination experience, from fine dining to being pampered in the spa to some of the most exquisite art you'll find anywhere in Indianapolis. We learned more about this luxurious hotel from Greg Tinsley. So Greg, why is the Conrad Indianapolis such a destination experience?
We worked to make sure that we had something both for the group traveler, the wedding market, the transient or leisure market. So worked really hard with some great partners with Capitol Grill, which is a world-renowned steakhouse, and so we enjoy having them here. And then of course tastings, wine bar and bistro. That's a very active, very social environment. So it's a great gathering spot. And then our Evan Todd Spa and Salon and Conrad Fitness is something that's open not just to our hotel guests, but to the community in general. And really people get a great deal of satisfaction from that. Helps us on the leisure market and in the wedding market, having a spa and salon here on site. So real differentiator for us in this market for sure. And then I'd say the real missing piece to the puzzle just to create the whole destination experience was our art program. And we've had that in play for the last 4 years, and it's taken on a couple of different lives through its course, but it's always had a couple of foundational pieces. Fine art experience at Conrad, and it's really very inclusive of our team members. We've got 30 art ambassadors through the hotel. I'm proud to be one of them. So it's a real educational piece for us to really talk a guest or a visitor through the exhibits that are here, or just get a glass of wine at tastings and walk around and discover it yourself, whichever you prefer.
So tell us about some of your suites.
Sure. Well, for an example, the Surrealism Suite, which is one of the four. As you enter into the space, you're greeted by 5 Salvador Dali paintings, original pieces in there. And then just as we did in the other suites, we actually chose the color palette of some of those pieces and actually decorated, so many of the fabrics, a lot of the touch points are decorated to be complementary to that palette. So just another example of using the art to kind of drive the design.
And tell us what your website is, please.
It's ConradIndianapolis.com.
Look at these incredibly delicious treats right here in Indianapolis at the Cake Bake Shop. They're not only a favorite with the locals, but these treats have appeared in national movies as well as national cable television shows. We learn more from its owner, Gwendolyn Rogers. Let's talk a little bit about some of the items that people are going to find that visit you.
Oh my, well, let's see, where do I start? There's a lot of things we make every single day. So every day we always have the Earl's Court chocolate cake, which is my most famous cake. We make our Southern style caramel cake every day. We have hummingbird cake, which is a banana and pecan and cream cheese frosting cake, which is delicious. That's my favorite. We have cheesecakes. We have like a mixed berry cheesecake that has fruit on top. We have chocolate cheesecakes. We have lemon bars. We have brownies. We have sea salt chocolate chip cookies. We have pecan bars, which, by the way, is close to a pecan pie. So that's as close as you'll get until fall comes.
Until fall.
Yes. We just have a huge variety every single day, which is great.
Let's talk about some of the movies your baked goods have been in, some of the famous people that ate your baked goods, and you have the proof hanging all over the walls.
Well, thank you. Well, I think the biggest movie that I've finished came out in November of this past year, and it was Dumb and Dumber 2 with Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels. And there's a brown paper box that they carry through the whole film, and when they open it at the end, it's my cupcake box, and my cupcakes are in it, and Jim Carrey makes this cute little line about cupcakes. What do you mean cupcakes at the end? So that's, I think, my most fun thing that I've worked on. People that I've baked for, I baked for Ina Garten, which is she's my idol, and lucky for me, I get to carry her autographed cookbooks in my shop. And I've baked for Elton John and his band, which was great.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but some of these items are available online. Not a lot of them, but some of them are, right?
Some of them are, yes. So if you really want to order something, you can order online on my website.
And your website?
It's thecakebakeshop.com.
Fantastic. Gwendolyn, this place is incredible. Thanks so much for having Out and About Columbus here. It's just been an amazing visit.
Visit Columbus. I need to open a shop there.
Sure, come on over and do that. All right.
Visit our Facebook page to find out how you can win a 2-night stay at the Indianapolis Marriott East and a pair of tickets to the NCAA Hall of Champions. That's facebook.com/outandaboutcolumbus.
Well, look at this incredible Italian food, and I'll guarantee you that these recipes are from the old country. We're at Irias. This restaurant is over 100 years old. In this segment, you're going to find out about some of the famous people who've enjoyed meals right here at Irias in Indianapolis. I got to believe this is like one of those iconic places. Every town's got a great Italian restaurant. I think we found it here today. Tell us a little bit of the history.
My great-grandparents came over in early 1900s. They settled in this area, and they were just starting to feed people that would just come by. A lot of people didn't have places to stay, so they would take in the boarders, and word of mouth kind of spread to where if you want some pasta, it's a really good spot. So in 1933, they started serving full-blown Italian food out of their house, and that went on for 21 years until 1954 when they built this building that you can see today.
You've had some incredibly famous people that has come in and enjoyed meals and enjoyed food here. Name a few of them.
Like Larry Bird is a big fan of here. The late Rick Majerus was actually really good friends with my grandfather. He used to come in every time. He used to be a head basketball coach at Ball State. And then he went out to Utah and had some really good success out there. And we get all kinds of people.
What's the signature dishes here? What do people enjoy?
I'd say the majority, probably the top 3 sellers that we sell is like your classics, spaghetti and meatballs, homemade lasagna. We also make a chicken piccata. It's like a lemon butter dish. That's very popular. Pizzas, we've been serving pizzas for probably over 60 years as well. People don't really realize that, but hand rolled out, thin crust pizzas. We make all the meats, sauces.
Matt, how do we find you in Indianapolis when we come over to visit from Columbus?
You can find us online at iriasrestaurant.com. Like everybody else, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Hotel Tango Artisan Distillery is producing 5 different spirits right here in Indianapolis. Brian told me more about the history of the distillery and their ties to the military. So, Brian, how did you come up with this name, Hotel Tango Distillery?
That's a great question. Actually, our founder, Travis, he did 3 tours in Iraq as a recon Marine back in early 2000s. And after he got out, met his wife, Hillary, in the law school process. And in the military phonetic alphabet, H and T stand for Hotel and Tango, his wife being Hillary, his name being Travis. And we took it from there, and it really kind of rung and sounded great, so we ran with it.
Why did you choose this building to house the distillery?
Well, this is the area that we're in is a historic district, and this building was built back in the 1890s. It was an old carriage repair shop, actually. The front parking lot actually housed the funeral home, so this is where they repaired the carriages that carried the caskets to the local cemeteries. We always joke there were spirits then and there's spirits now.
Well, let's talk about what you do here, because this is really fascinating.
What we do here is we are a fully operational artisan distillery, if you will, and we make spirits, liquor here on site. We are currently making vodka, gin, rum, moonshine, limoncello, and we've got some whiskeys aging, whether it be bourbon or various other mash billed whiskeys that we are going to be creating over the several years to come.
So what makes this distillery different from other distilleries out there?
Well, the first and foremost is that we are the first service-disabled combat veteran-owned distillery in the United States. So that was kind of our big push to get into this new market. We also committed to not only the state of Indiana, but to ourselves to hire as many disabled veterans as we can as we grow and kind of give back to those who have given so much to us.
Can we find out more information?
Absolutely. Look at our website, hoteltangowhiskey.com. You can also find us on Facebook at Facebook/Hotel Tango Whiskey, and we're on Twitter and Instagram at Hotel Tango Indy.
Brewery tours are popping up all over, and the same for Indianapolis. So come on, let's get on the bus and take a tour. Cynthia told me more about the breweries you'll visit and how to book your tour today. So Cynthia, what exactly is the Brewery Tours of Indianapolis?
Brewery Tours of Indianapolis is a bus tour that goes around Indianapolis from brewery to brewery. You visit 4 breweries in each tour, and it takes about 3.5 hours, and you get to sample craft beer for free from almost everyone we visit.
So what do you do once you get there? Tell me, kind of describe what the whole experience is like.
So you get there and you go in, you usually get a little bit of behind the scenes, hear from the brewers, hear from someone will tell you about the beers you get to taste for free, and then you'll have the opportunity to buy full pints, buy food if they do serve food, and then you'll spend 30 minutes at that one place before you get back on the bus where you can take your beer and drink it if you have extra before you go to the next one and just do the same thing.
Oh, it sounds like fun. So what makes the buses so unique?
Well, we have 2 convenient pickup locations, one downtown in walking distance of all of the hotels, and one up in the cultural district of Broad Ripple. We also can drink on the buses, like I said before, which is really easy and makes it fun. Free samples, and since it's a luxury limo style bus, you have the convenience of having air conditioning and heating and going year round.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the breweries we're going to see.
So we go to a wide variety of breweries all around the city. Danny Boy, Sun King, Fountain Square, Indiana City, Tow Yard, Two Deep, all kinds. And opening this fall is Metazoa Brewing Company, which we'll be having host as soon as they open. And you'll get really behind the scenes there and get to walk around the brewing equipment and everything like that.
Nice. And weren't you telling me about all the proceeds?
Yes, Metazoa Brewing Company, 5% of all of their profits go to animal and wildlife organizations.
Do you book a reservation? What do you do?
So you can go onto our website, brewerytoursofindianapolis.com. For Saturdays, you want to get about a month in advance, but for other days, not so far is fine. And just type in what day you want, and you'll see how many openings for seats there are. And then you can schedule it that way, or you can give us a call.
Under one massive roof, guests can enjoy a gourmet dining experience combined with fun and entertainment, including luxury bowling, live music, a HD sports theater, a dine-in movie theater, state-of-the-art game room, live weekend comedy shows, and so much more. We met with Beth Jones, and she told us more about the fun you can have at Latitude 360.
Absolutely. Well, we're a luxury entertainment facility. We have over 75,000 square feet here at our Indianapolis location. We have bowling, luxury bowling lanes. We do have private lanes. We have private space for corporate events, birthday parties, social events. We just have a lot going on. Arcade. We also have a dine-in cinema where we play second-run movies. We just have so much going on here. And we also have a comedy theater as well. So we do concerts in there, comedy, and as well as corporate events and social events. Yeah, well, you know, we're like I said, a luxury entertainment facility. We're family-friendly. So we've got the arcade, we've got the movies. We show kids movies during the day. The arcade, kids can bowl as well. We've got a full-service restaurant, so full menu. And then at night, in the evenings, around 10 o'clock, we like to turn it up a little bit just for adults. So we'll offer, some DJs, some live bands, that type thing. And we do go to 21 and over. We're not a nightclub, but we definitely like to just turn it into something a little bit more special for the grown-up. We have an open kitchen concept. We have a full service menu. Price ranges anywhere from $9.99 all the way up to $34.99. So we've got a really nice selection, a little something for everyone. Kids menu as well. Also, along with our banquets, our corporate events, we have special menus for that, buffets, appetizers, just pretty much anything for everyone. Also, along the lines with our special events too, is something to keep in mind is that we can offer what anybody else offers as far as hotels for your meetings. What kind of sets us apart is that, after your meeting, you can kind of plan like a little bit of the fun activities afterwards. So what we have found is that with these events, they're actually getting a higher attendance rate, knowing that folks are able to come here, attend the meeting, but also kind of break and have a good time in between as well. Just simply go onto our website, latitude360.com. We do have 3 locations currently, and we're looking to expand to several other properties, but right now we have Jacksonville, Indianapolis, and Pittsburgh, so you want to make sure you check out the Indianapolis location.
Well, we've had a great time in Indianapolis, and we want to thank everybody for showing us a wonderful time. It's a great city to come and visit. Next week, OSU football's up on our show. Of course, we're getting ready for the big Buckeye season, and you don't want to miss 1 minute of next week's show. Remember, you can always follow us on Facebook or on Twitter at ONA CBus. See you next week.